What is up, everybody? Frojo34, and we're here with another live stream. Today we're watching the Americas Day 3 of the Summoner Showdown 2021. We've seen Day 1 and Day 2 so far. If you haven't seen those streams, you might want to check those out. I probably will do a recap video of the first 3 days after today's live stream. Day 1 was a pretty good showing from the Summoners. Day 2 was a poor showing for the Summoners, and then hopefully Day 3 is either equal to Day 1 or better. I'm hoping for a really good result from today. So we'll have to wait and see though. We got a few minutes before we start. If anybody's in chat and wants to say hello, we can get things going. I got Big Blue here. He's saying Frojo was live, don't mind if I do. So guys, like in the chat, like let's talk. How do y'all feel about this so far? Do we feel like this is going to be a good mode going forward? It's just these nodes that are the problem. I liked last year. I liked 2020. I liked the defensive tactics that they used. I like the improvements that they've done to the picks and bans and picking your characters with the turns. I think the problem is this year are the nodes, the differences they used. Because last year they used defensive tactics. This year they're doing like specific nodes. And on Day 4 on the finals, we're actually going to see different nodes. And it'll be interesting to see what that is. I feel like Super Massacum and Spite was really driving up the special 3s. Especially in Day 2, we saw a ton of special 3s. Just characters were not throwing special 1, special 2, and everything. But other than that, on Day 1 we saw almost as many players KOing the defender as we saw defenders KOing the player, and one timeout. If you put the timeout with a KO, then it was 50-50. And then on Day 2 though, we almost saw 100% defender KOing the player. What is up, Moon Knight? Thank you for joining the chat and saying hello. I appreciate it. Thank you. I like the mode. I think that the nodes could be better. I feel like they should take some nodes from the NFL. More scoring is better for the viewer. And this mode, I think myself and other streamers included, and you, the viewer, we want something to watch, and we want something fun to watch and see our streamers and our players in the community be able to do live head-to-head, and we don't want to see them just get wrecked. I mean, it's fun to see every once in a while, but it's not fun to see for the entire time. So if all we're seeing is our players just get wrecked, it's not going to be fun to watch. It's going to be cool to see our players get wrecked here and there, but every fight like it was yesterday is not going to be a fun viewing experience. We want something fresh and challenging, but not to the point to where we're just seeing everybody get wiped out every turn. So I think Kabam could go back to the drawing board. We don't know exactly. This is in like the alpha stage of everything. So there's probably going to be some changes. Hopefully Kabam is watching and listening to feedback from different streamers, different players. Hopefully the CCP, hopefully they're taking this in. I might even clip this and post this to Twitter at Marvel Champions and tell them, you know, my response from watching it and wanting to play this mode, but I don't want to get constantly embarrassed by the incredible hard nodes that have been shown yesterday and the day before. Big Blue saying the power gain is stupid if the opponent doesn't throw a special 3 and fight over. Stupid, he says. I agree. That's what we're talking about. And some of these characters, their special 3s are devastating. They will destroy you in one special 3. Then you have other characters have weak special 3s, and you can survive 2 or 3 of them. But if you get certain champions and they get their special 3 off, it is game over. Demondre Brooks, what is up? Thank you for joining the chat. I appreciate it. The live stream should be getting started here shortly. Let's check in with that. We're waiting for it to start. I'm gonna put the headphones on so I can grab it as soon as it goes here. Right now I just have the game music playing in the background. We are waiting for this to start. It should be starting momentarily, and then we're gonna be going. All right, let's get everything situated here. Chat on the screen. Are y'all hearing the stream? Are y'all hearing this? Let me know. It's kind of hard to tell. What's up, Jared Spears?
You're watching. We hope that you like what you see
Sorry,
far in this new format
I got
for
it
the
up
Summoner
now.
Showdown 2021.
Welcome to Summoner Showdown 2021, where summoners get to showcase their skills for the world to see. And now we have our winners from our 3 qualifier matches of Nameless King Groot, Nameless Scarlet Witch, and Nameless, say it with me now, Hyperion! Now, each region's winners get to meet in the Battle Realm to find out who reigns supreme in their respective region. Then, they get to move on to the final stage. This is Summoner Showdown Semifinals. To decide who moves on to the finals, each region will run a series competition where their 3 winners will go head-to-head in a brand new fast-paced 1v1 competitive experience built on the foundation of last year's Summoner Showdown. Let's check it out. Similarly to last year, all 3 semifinalists from each region will face off against each other in a series format, putting their brains and their thumbs to the test. The winner of each region's semifinals will fight for the title, the trophy, and the glory of Summoner Showdown 2021. Alright, now, while this year's Summoner Showdown is similar to last year, there are some key differences.
There are some big differences.
With the new format, all aspects are being played in-game, which gives you a very fast-paced and exciting way to play. And there's some new rules going on here in the way that we score. So John, my main man, take it away.
Thanks, Dave. I'm super excited for the Summoner Showdown 2021 format. Let's go over how you get points in this new mode. So here we have 3 main areas that we're going to be scoring you on. The first and the biggest is going to be Defender HP remaining. This is where the brunt of your score is going to come from, so you're always going to make sure to push that opponent down and KO them if possible. Secondly, we want to see some aggressive play coming out of our players this year, so we're actually rewarding them for having quicker fights.
That was the main way people scored points yesterday, and that's how they won.
The more points you'll earn. And lastly, if you KO the opponent, we also have attacker HP remaining.
If you KO the opponent, keyword there, after seeing day 2,
the more health that you have, the more points you'll get. So with all 3 of these combined, this is how we'll be deciding who wins each round of the Summoner Showdown semifinals and finals.
This year, each summoner will create a deck
We haven't seen Warlock and Mojo and
the first summoner to take the best of 3 rounds
we haven't
wins
seen
the
Penny
match.
Parker at all. She's been banned every round.
From there, the summoner with the best set of matches will be the winner of the Summoner Showdown semifinals for their region.
A little bit of RNG.
That skilled summoner will find themselves among the best of their respective regions,
try to put as many
waiting to take the throne in the finals of this year's
possible.
Summoner Showdown. You don't want to miss it.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of those, but yeah, we definitely need to try to put those
Summoner
in there.
Showdown 2021. I'm here in the house with my main man, John. How you doing,
Ricky
bro?
Lee, that would be a
awesome.
great
Excited
idea.
to see these dudes from the Americas come out and just shred on the Battle Realm today.
Absolutely, and we have our 3 semifinalists in the house, and we did get to catch up
by
with
the
them
way,
to find
I'm
out how
going
they
all
feel
the
about
way
being in the
for
semifinals.
Happy McMuffins.
So first on the list,
he's from
hailing
Houston,
from the
he's
state
from
of Florida in
Texas,
the
so,
USA,
you know,
I'm Blake.
I'm from here too, so I gotta represent.
Hello, I'm Bleh from Port St. Lucie, Florida,
Bleh.
and I'll be representing the Americas for this year's Summoner Showdown. So my overall just favorite champion since the beginning of the game has been Doctor Strange. At the moment to play though, definitely it goes to Immortal Hulk. He's got such a high skill cap, but you gotta really put in the work to get to that high point, but once you get there, he's
don't
really
do it.
fun.
They probably wouldn't include
So all my
it,
fellow
this is
contestants,
probably
you better bring it
pre-recorded
because
right
I'm
here.
coming for you.
Very, very nice. Now, I'm Blade defeated Nameless King Groot with our fan favorite, our Summoner's Choice, Hercules. And also, he got that Hercules by grinding for him in the arena, making this whole thing possible for himself, which I think is absolutely amazing. Also, even more amazing, he loves 80s rock. Also, is a big fan of Immortal Hulk.
Well, a man that's familiar with grinding himself, a man that we've seen here in the Showdown before, coming out of Texas, we've got Happy McMuffins.
Happy McMuffins, let's go.
I'm Happy McMuffins. I'm from Houston, Texas, and I'm
Let's
representing
do
the
it.
Americas. So I think right now my favorite champion is Professor X.
Professor
He has a
X.
really unique playstyle, and he can do a crazy amount of
We
damage.
haven't seen Professor X in this mode at all.
Ramp up. Last year I came so close to winning the title, but this year I'm back for redemption.
Let's do it.
Awesome hearing from Happy. Love to see a familiar face here. He did a great job in taking down the nameless Scarlet Witch with Ghost, and I hope that he's coming back, fighting with a force of vengeance to get that title that he just missed out on last year by a single hit.
Oh man, that must have been so heartbreaking, but here he is for a second chance, just like you said, and we're wishing the best for him. Now, we do have one more semifinalist in the house. Hailing from the state of Iowa in the USA, we've got Wereworm.
I'm Wereworm. I'm from Newton, Iowa, and I'll be representing the Americas in this year's Summoner Showdown. My favorite champion is Sentinel. I think he has a very expansive
Sentinel's a
kit,
good character
and he is
as well.
available to
We
him
haven't
tons of
seen
different
Sentinel
debuffs and
as an
lots of
attacker
attack,
or
and
defender here.
I just think he's overall like a utility knife in this game and can do pretty much anything. I'm Wereworm, and I'm the top Sentinel player in Marvel Contest of Champions.
Very, very nice. Now, Wereworm did defeat Nameless Hyperion with a fan favorite out there with She-Hulk. And not only that, he's a big fan of Sentinel.
Yeah, awesome stuff. Love learning a little bit more about all of our contestants, and I've got to say, it looks like we've got a
Did
pretty
John
stacked
forget to
roster
turn on
for
his
this
ring light for
semifinals.
today?
It looks like it's going to be
Look,
a
he's
really
sitting in the
close
dark
contest.
almost.
Oh yeah, man, and
Happy's
I
got
can't
the main
wait to
event
see
experience,
it. And speaking
so I'll
of which,
pick him.
looks like we're starting our
Hey,
first round of picks and bans.
That is smart. Someone that has
All right,
final
so we've got
experiences.
our picks and
good to
bans
go.
here.
He's
We've got
already
Happy
survived a round
McMuffins up
before.
against I'm Bleh.
All right, so we got Happy.
I'm loving this new format.
we hear
Really
someone's
interested to
game
see what all their bans
music.
are here. Love the Mojo ban.
Oh,
I
but the
think
static.
we've seen him banned
All right, so we've seen
almost
Mojo
every single
and
series so
Weapon X
far.
Wolverine.
Really top one there. Wolverine, Weapon X, another great ban there.
We haven't seen him
super
used
tough
either, and
defender
he hasn't
to
been
deal
banned
with,
every
and
time.
Kind of a
But
niche attacker if you're
Happy
in the right
knows
matchup too.
From last year,
Oh yeah,
how
yeah.
big
Looks
of
like
a,
he's taking his time here to
an opponent
kind of lock down that
Weapon X
third.
Wolverine was, and Mojo.
I mean, Arceus is one of mine that I don't like going up against, but I think Happy McMuffins might have something different up his sleeve.
Yeah, you know, we actually saw a lot of Arceus last year in the Summoner Showdown.
From what
We saw
I'm
these
seeing,
guys. I remember
would
Apto
probably
going in
ban
and absolutely just
Immortal
monster
Abomination
gameplay
or,
performance with, I think, Guillotine 2099 taking down Arcus.
He went with Human Torch as a
interesting
Yeah,
one.
that is.
And I'm
You know what? I
Blair.
bet you he's got a bunch of mystics
Apocalypse,
planned out,
Bishop,
and he wants to make sure that's
2099.
not an option. So yeah,
Penny
I like
Parker
it.
is on the
Yep.
table, ladies and
Bishop.
gentlemen.
Looking
We're
like
going
it
to see
already.
some Penny Parker.
Yeah, we got some good bands
today.
coming out on both sides.
Most likely.
Yeah, Bishop, I think he's just an absolute
What?
monster
This is
defender.
the reason
We've seen
people
a
have been
lot
banning
of
these.
interaction
The
with
Penny
Bishop
Parker
over these
character.
semifinals. So
Are
yeah,
we gonna
great
see
band
why
there
today?
from Blair as well. And Clairvoyant, first pick for Happy. What do you think of that, Dave?
Clairvoyant's been
I am
weak
liking that.
in day
that
one
goes
and day
right in
two.
line with banning
I'm pretty
out,
sure she's been
Human
KO'd
Torch,
every
which was
time
the
as
first
an
call out,
attacker.
that Mystic. So that was a great call out by you.
Some of this stuff,
and I see
the
that
players'
so we got a Nick here,
masters are
and
gonna
I
come
can't
huge.
imagine not having Nick in there, having unblockable.
Hopefully,
But
today's
You know what's crazy?
and
players
Penny's
have better
pretty crazy.
mastery
We haven't
setups
seen
than
any
yesterday.
Penny on
Yeah.
defense or offense yet.
Yeah, we've actually seen Penny banned so much of the time, but it goes with Mangog and Spider-Gwen here. I do like the Spider-Gwen. I think she's really great with this node combination,
Happy,
those
I would go with
unblockable
Mephisto
specials. She's obviously dealing with them well. I am surprised
Domino
that
here.
we
You
have
need some
not
defenders.
seen a lot of Nick Fury coming out over here, and I feel like, yeah, he's a very powerful character that a lot of people aren't picking up, but Mangog is also just an absolute beast of a defender.
I agree, and you know, I was staring at Hercules the whole time you were talking. I'm like, I think he's gonna go Hercules, and he did. And we also have another Mystic here, playing right into that strategy.
Yeah,
That
you
might
know
be
what?
better.
Mephisto, another great option here. Torch, very commonly one of the best answers
All
to
right.
Mephisto. You wouldn't be able to use his pre-fight here, so you might have a bit of a harder time. But still, Mephisto, super tricky defender, and Hercules, an amazing attacker.
All right, we got ourselves another Kingpin here. Now we've seen Kingpin, but we haven't
So
actually
he did go
seen
Mephisto
Kingpin.
and Hercules.
Yeah.
Happy
So
did,
I'm
and
hoping to
then
actually see him in action.
I'm
here.
Blair
Yeah,
responded
I love me some
with
Kingpin, big fan
Sigil
of the
Witch
belly
and
bumps.
Kingpin.
He's great
and Happy
after his
Muffins
update.
is
He
responding with
solid on both
Mangog,
the
and I would
attack and the
go
defense.
Ebony
Even
Maw
if you land
here.
a parry here, you know you've got I think it's around a 60%
Ebony
chance
Maw
to just shrug
or
off that stun
Nick
that comes
Fury.
back at you. So
and
really
then
great. We
hopefully
also
he can
see
get.
the new Scarlet
Okay, he
Witch.
went with
A lot
Vision.
of
I was gonna
people
say
have not
I
played
would
with this
pick
character.
Vision, but I was
Still
hoping
not
he'd
super
maybe
widely
go
available,
for him
so I
in the
think a
last
great
turn.
option there to really slip
But
up
it doesn't
the,
matter. He
opponent.
got him. Hopefully he can get a good
Yeah,
defender in the last
absolutely.
round.
I was a little disappointed not to
I'm
see
Blair.
Maw show up there, but he ended up picking OG Vision.
He's got Nick
we have
Fury,
two more
Thing,
picks here,
Darkhawk.
for I'm Blair.
I think.
What are we looking
I think
like?
you go Nick Fury.
Yeah, I
And-
feel like you got to go with the Nick here. The Darkhawk, really
see.
great answer to Mangog. You just got to be careful with that super masochism buff, but he is
Darkhawk,
a great
maybe,
option
yeah.
for it. Thing's a good defender too, and again passes up
Okay,
on the
he
Nick
got-
Fury, but goes for the Thing and the Darkhawk. So I'm
Kingpin
curious
and
to see,
Hyperion here.
If he
We
ends up
also
going
got
against that
Summoner
Mangog, if
Supreme.
he brings in that Darkhawk, because you will be able to effectively power control him for the entire fight.
Or what is it called?
Yeah. You know,
Sorcerer
I'm actually
Supreme, not
interested
Summoner
in seeing
Supreme.
what a Darkhawk play
That's what
would
we
look
are.
like, on there, because not only would he have the unblockable specials for that special one, which isn't
yeah.
the easiest, but he also has that healing if you knock him down during those modes, which
It's a little
would
bit
have been
tough
really
here.
problematic with that.
Because
Supermassive.
isn't this his
Yeah, that's
last?
true. That's actually a good
picks
call.
here.
Darkhawk
Let's
only
switch
takes a
this
couple tricky
scene.
nodes to become a real problem. I'm curious to see if any of these guys actually have a Medusa in their deck. We've seen a lot of robots.
There we
You know,
go.
we see the OG Visions. We see Vision.
Yeah,
Age
he's
Voltron,
got two.
Lots of
This is his
Warlock.
last two
I'm curious to
picks.
see if we see anybody pick up a Medusa. But here, again, we're seeing in Happy's deck, he has both Visions. Been pretty common so far through this tournament. And yeah, see, he picks up the Kingpin as well. A lot of value in that character.
And we
around this
got
part.
Sorcerer
Absolutely.
Supreme.
He got that in like right at the last second. I'm almost curious to know if he actually picked it or if it got picked for him.
yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, they do get random picks if they don't get the timer on.
All
I
right,
do
so
like
this
Happy
is Blair's
using all
last
of his
pick,
time,
and he went
to really
Thing.
think about it, you can see his draft has been very methodical. He's kind of got an answer to most things he needs or needs to deal with, and he's also been good at drafting defenders that I think his opponent is going to have a really hard time dealing with. Namely that Mephisto.
All right, so
I have no idea
McMuffins
how
is
Blair's
picking his
gonna be able
defender
to
here.
answer it.
I think you go
I'm
with
looking
Mephisto.
Over at his roster,
Yep,
and
that's what I was going to say.
Not seeing it.
Yeah, it looks like
But,
Happy's
hey.
seeing it too.
Yeah, he doesn't have an answer for Mephisto,
I'm very
really.
curious to see what he opts into for that.
Defender
you could go
for
the
I'm
Darkhawk,
Blair.
Maybe the Spider-Gwen.
Oh, he did
having
get
that class
Omega Red
advantage.
in there. I did not notice that.
Yeah, it's really
It's an
tough
interesting
one. I don't
pick.
know
We
what
got
the
some
right
new
answer
characters,
is.
champions to see
So
in today's
I'm curious to
format
see what he
today.
comes up
That's
with. I'm just
that's
curious
very
to
good
what
to
he comes
see.
in
I want to
with
see more
here.
characters
I gotta guess he's
used.
probably gotta go for maybe the Scarlet Witch thing, maybe the Mangog.
Yeah, it's got to be Mangog.
Yeah.
Goes with the Mangog. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see Sigil Witch being his defender there, but so he's
Mephisto's
got to
gonna be a
pick his
tough one.
attacker.
We can see here too.
Yeah.
Happy is he's really
Happy's in a good spot right here in round one with a good defender. And I'm glad does not really have an answer. He's just going to have to pick someone to deal with it. And he's going Omega Red.
Oh, we see the Omega Red here.
So a champion we haven't seen before
I wonder
in this mode.
He's planning on maybe just trying to heal through some of that aura damage. Or
now,
just using aura
McMuffins is going Vision against Mangog to power control.
And Liquid Courage Master he's on here for
Mangog.
his Omega Red. Could be a good strategy. But yeah. Let's
I agree. Yeah. All right. Now we both know that Happy McMuffins is an absolute beast with Vision. He's got. We saw this last year. He's got his backdraft.
There we go.
And he really knows how to lock the opponent down in the corner. Let's see if he can give us another showing this time around.
Oh, I'm excited to
Look
see more
at
of his
that.
gameplay.
Excellent
Beast
play
last
right
year.
off the bat.
And starting off strong here against this Mangog. I think this is a fantastic matchup.
Intercepts.
Yeah, not having the 6-star magic available. OG Vision and
He got good spacing there with the light attack and then going back in and attacking.
in the 6-star area. So yeah, love this matchup here. Love
Special
this
2 to
and,
control the power.
Yeah, great job at getting these.
He is killing it. Iron Blad's gonna have his hands full with a bunch of muffins today.
In the corner, getting a back rub by the rocks there. This is just pretty insane gameplay.
Got a little hits there, Mangog, but he's still in it.
A little bit of a slap in the
It's
face
not
there,
over.
but I don't think that'll be a problem for him.
Yep.
Those intercepts are on point. His reflexes are on point. I
There we
don't
go.
think he's messing around this year.
Yeah, it looks like he's certainly coming back with a ferocity.
Neil's
and,
also saying happy
he's
with the
ready to
advantage
win it
in
all, and
round
he's doing a
one,
great job so
at
far with
least
this
on
Vision.
paper.
Mangog
Correct.
is a very
But he,
tough defender,
Happy McMuffins has
especially
the
on
skill
nodes
to
where he
back
gains
up
extra power.
the stats on paper,
yeah, really
and he's
great,
showing it
showing
here.
so far here by Happy.
He
Totally
is killing
keeping
it.
This, Mangog under control. Only that one small slip up, and he's still absolutely crushing this fight.
Oh, yeah.
Look at these intercepts. This is insane.
And locking the
He
opponent
is showing
backdraft intercepts,
Oceania and Asia how to actually play with Vision, how to use this monster. He is taking a little bit of hits there, but
not even going to be able to throw a single
he
special, I
is
think.
still in it.
He's just got him totally locked down.
And he's going right
Really
back
great
in with a
Vision
special
gameplay
2 in a
here.
moment. He's probably
Unlucky on a
gonna.
couple
Nope,
of
he
those
went straight in
stand-up
for
and
it. I thought he was gonna
back-up
save it for a
intercepts
moment.
getting clipped, but still totally.
It's not gonna matter though because he's gonna get another special 1 and power drain him.
Once he hits that assassin's range.
Oh,
Down
yeah.
to the minute
Yeah,
mark.
this is,
it could be
this is the
finished a
literal
little bit faster
definition
if he
of rinse
wouldn't have
and repeat.
taken the damage that he did.
You can tell
But
he's
he
done this
is
fight
doing
before. I
fine.
bet you he takes node 54
He's
pretty
gonna be able to
regularly.
special
Probably
2
whips
him,
out
control the
6-star
power once
vision on that
again,
one,
and
too. I
get
can
right
only
back to a
guess
special
because
1.
He certainly looks like he has practiced this fight.
And it is looking good.
Looks like,
This is what I
nearing the end
was
of
talking
this fight
about.
here, and
Day
he
2 just had a poor
doesn't even
showing,
look
and
like
we're
he
gonna
tried.
see a
Yeah,
KO
no, it's, this week
right off the
is
bat
definitely not gonna be
today.
a war
So
death
that's
for him.
one player KO
He
on a
got out of
defender
that clean.
today, and yesterday
Really awesome
we only
gameplay,
saw
totally
that
in
once,
control,
and we've
pretty
already
much
seen
the
it
whole
once
fight.
today.
I
On
don't think he
paper,
let Mangog
I'm
get a
amazing,
single
says
special
Big
off,
Blue.
especially
Big Blue,
it's super
you
tough
are
on the node
amazing
like Spite.
off of paper as well.
Oh yeah, masterful gameplay, and I actually remember him from last year doing an amazing fight, and we're all giving him these compliments, and he's like, "Yeah, well, that would have been a death." And we're all like, "What? What?"
Well, that's going to be a tough act to follow, so let's see what Imbla has to
Imbla has to
come back.
respond here.
All right.
He's got Omega Red
This is
versus
gonna be a really
Mephisto.
tough matchup, I feel. I wonder, maybe he can
We get to see
his
Imbla's
Death Aura going,
skills
and then
going.
he can just sit back and try to just let that kind of take
The
control.
aura is already
But,
ticking
this power
away,
gain here from
and Mephisto's
gonna
gonna
be
get
really
to
rough deal
special
with.
3, most likely if he
absolutely,
can't
man.
bait it out. He's already almost there.
Nope,
Special
that's
3.
It's looking like a wrap.
Yeah, that's a
Mephisto
very unfortunate
might
parry there.
not kill him.
Honestly, a really hard habit to get out of
Mephisto's
doing,
special 3 is
especially
kind of
when the
weak, but
stakes
it
are so
might
high,
be
you know,
enough
you get
here.
the nerves going, and it's you just kind of go back to muscle memory. Let's see if he
like
lives.
I said, he did survive.
He did live. Okay, he has a chance for a comeback here.
But he cannot
heavy.
survive. He gets taken down, and Happy McMuffins
really
wins
tough
round one easily. If he gets the sweep here, it will be huge for Happy McMuffins.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a super tough match for him.
He might take the whole thing just from getting the sweep.
Right there at the beginning, and
we've seen the sweep
play into that,
win
that kind of like
every time that it
anxiety,
happens.
like wondering if you made the right choice and how can you fix this inside of the match with all those things going on. Yeah, that is tough. For sure.
Happy McMuffins had a great draft. He's had to do this before on the drafting part of the game, so he has the experience here over Amblat, and it is showing, in my opinion.
Got Amblat picking his defender here first. He does have a couple good defenders here.
He does have good defenders.
Pretty much everybody but Doc Ock is a viable defender to throw in.
He's going
here.
Sigil Witch.
Looks like he goes with the Scarlet Witch. I don't think Happy has a great answer to that. I think that's a really good pick.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All right, so McMuffins is
it's gonna be interesting to see
picking his answer, and I think he goes
that Kingpin.
Kingpin,
yeah.
I definitely think Dave is correct there. Kingpin is the answer, and then go Mangog in the final round.
Yeah, and Scarlet Witch not going to be the most amazing nullified character. As a defender, she needs to rely on those.
He goes Mangog though,
so Kingpin should
showing
be in pretty good control
us
the whole
that
time.
Frojo knows nothing.
And we see the Mangog coming out of Happy McMuffins. This is going to be super
I'm
tough
Blaz
for
picking his attacker. He's probably going to go Spider-Gwen
or
Doc Ock.
Absolutely, for the power control, yes.
Yeah, he's got to get the power control.
That's the play here.
For sure. The power control champions are huge because of Spike. Vision is probably one of the #1 attackers, and we did not see Amblat pick him at all. He goes with Thing.
You know what he could do is he could build up those rock stacks and then just tank an SP3.
We have not seen
throw a heavy attack,
Black Widow Clairvoyant do well at all, but if he has the Despair Mastery on, and I believe Happy McMuffins does, might be able to take advantage of it. So it's Black Widow Clairvoyant
she has 3 immunities
versus Scarlet Witch
has tons of dots that she can put on you.
Why did they have Clairvoyant showed as a tech there?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's see how he plays this out. I was
visual
also kind of hoping that
error on their part.
I was going to see some Kingpin gameplay here, just so he can start shrugging off all of those debuffs. But hey, one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days, the King will be in the arena here. But yeah, I agree. The Kingpin could be pretty good here. Ooh, he's got that dexterity. He's got to get rid of it. She's going to be getting a lot of power healer. Great dex. Ooh, just clipped by the end of it. That is
he's got to get some damage
by any means.
He's got to get some damage in here because he is getting wrecked.
He gets the incinerate there too, reducing his block.
He's got to get another special 2 off.
Amount. So it takes some huge block damage there.
He gets caught, and the poison finishes him. Is it enough though to still win? Special Scarlet Sigil Witch.
Pretty good. Still got a good
showing
amount
why
of
she
is big special 2 with
she's here and she's a danger to deal with.
Amazing showing by Happy
in the MCU and
looks
in the battle round.
We've got to see what Bleh has up his sleeve.
All right, let's see how Bleh answers with the Thing. I gotta feel like this is going to be a really tough matchup, but
I would agree.
He can pull it through. Really curious to see, does he stack these rock stacks? Is he going to use them offensively, consume them? Is he going to use them for that protection and those resistances? Curious what his game plan is.
Special 2 timing is all out of whack.
Yeah, if you can pull it off. Nice.
Yeah,
gets rid of
Mangog is going to get that special 3. And Mangog special 3 does do some damage, but
tanky boy. He's a big boy.
Thing
is
tanky.
And he's got class advantage, so he
looks like he's barely
healthy after this.
He's gonna handily survive that.
Yeah, it does trigger the protection there because
probably protection.
And you know what? Now he's at his special 3 with the 15.
But Mangog's already almost back at a special 3.
One more blocked hit. Let's see if he goes
Power Flood comes in
there.
And he gets stunned in the corner.
Okay.
Thing gets his special 3 off, but Mangog healed all the way up from the super masochism.
Got that.
So Happy McMuffins is still in the lead at the moment. I don't know if Thing is going to get it. He needs to do some damage before Mangog gets this off.
Rock stacks with that special attack attack, so he's not going to have the resistances. He's not going to have the damage
Is
protection.
MCOC
so
gonna get it this time? Probably not. It's gonna be a harder hit, but
Yeah,
I still think he's gonna survive.
A bit more damage.
Oh, yeah, that was a big damage hit.
And
Yeah, but he still
MCOC
has
is healing, but
unblockable. Great
he's
time
getting
to get some
down
damage
to
back and help back with
the
adrenaline. Just gonna
damage
have to be really
threshold that he
careful with
needs
the
to be
spike
at.
now.
If
MCOC's
MCOC gets
real
another
close to
special 3 here, it might be a
and that
wrap,
special
and
two, honestly,
McMuffins
is
may
gonna
take
be
it. I
so
can't
tough for him
remember
to deal
what the
with.
health was
Pretty much
from
impossible to dex.
Scarlet Witch. I'm not sure. This is going to be a
Looks like
close
it'll be
one. This is
curtains
a
for thing
wrap.
here.
But
Again,
did
really great
McMuffins
draft by
get the
Happy.
sweep? We're going to
Not
have to
really
see
leaving a lot of options
in a
for
moment
Bled, and
on the final
these nodes are really rough
point.
to deal with. Great showing by Bled, though. He got a good amount of
Happy McMuffins takes the sweep. Let's go, Muffins. Let's go.
And yeah, here we have an amazing sweep on the series.
Is great right there. We're seeing our players play better today.
Yeah, awesome gameplay
but at the
from
same
Happy. You can
time,
tell he's hungry
Special
for the
3
win.
is
He wants
owning
to get
it. You
back
got to
in those
have power
finals
control
and
champions.
Starting off strong. Great draft and amazing gameplay. That vision fight was super clean.
Absolutely, I agree. I want my own replay. All right, up next we have our next series with I'm Bleh versus Wereworm.
Wereworm versus I'm Bleh.
With the pick and bans, we have Wereworm versus I'm Bleh. Excited to see what they come up and they cook up in here.
Weapon X is in there.
Yeah,
I'd probably ban him. And I'd probably ban
There's a lot of
Mojo.
good picks. See Mojo again.
Penny Parker. I didn't see her pop up in the draft. I didn't see her pop up in the draft portion.
I'd be curious,
so we didn't get to see her as a defender or attacker.
Just out of the the sheer knowledge that your opponent
Looks like he's going to ban Bishop here.
Maybe an adaptation we'll see in the finals. But yeah, Bishop banned out here too. Another staple of the ban list and the pick list. Super tough. I think the only time we've seen him come through, he did win that match. So yeah, really strong defender there as well. Coming down to the last 10 seconds of the ban phase. See who their final picks are.
And he's going Penny Parker, so Penny Parker isn't going to see the light of the day, at least on his side. But he wasn't banned on I'm Blad's side.
Speaking of weapon,
they actually kind of look alike.
Yeah, I think
I'm Bled and Wereworm.
yeah, especially
I'm Bled did not ban Penny Parker.
Pretty good.
He banned Human Torch, Bishop, and Apocalypse.
Still usable, but
so
I gotta
Bishop
say,
bans on both sides. That's been
really
different. Oh, Weapon X is in the building. We're gonna see it.
And we have our
and I'm Bled. I think he was like, yeah, I got him in. You saw that? He was like, oh yeah, feel that. I saw it. I saw the shoulder shrug there.
Yeah, you know what? I was actually
feeling good about that.
He's pretty annoying, especially
I see Sasquatch probably coming in here, but Vision is on the table. You're gonna probably want to get Vision in there as a power control champion.
Dealing with those unblockable specials, so could be a good piece of utility there. And then, yeah, curious.
Honestly,
like probably go
might be a good offensive ban.
I don't know. Emma's a little
banning
bit
both
Visions.
Visions
got that great
because
utility, though, like you were touching on.
Special threes have been insane here. Emma would be a cool pick, says
he's
Neil.
going for the science.
He went Spider-Ham and Miles in the first round, so double. He hasn't locked it in yet. He can still swap it.
We had the PhD before, or the Master's
degree. But it looks like that's what he's going with.
Now we've got the science roster over here. So we got a
so
little bit of competition.
I'm Blast probably gonna go Scarlet Witch again, and Kingpin maybe.
I like it.
He needs some attackers though. So could we see? Nope. Kingpin, Sigil Witch, just like I was calling out.
That special too is also.
Now we have. We need to get Ebony Maw back in here. Wereworm, if he saw day one, Ebony Maw dominated.
You're probably going to want an evade counter, maybe somebody that can deal with unblockable. Yeah, Spider-Gwen could be a great pick to deal with it, but...
also, Doc Ock with the power control would be huge.
He's in the flesh.
Same thing with Punisher 2099.
And we see the new Scarlet Witch as well, the Sigil Witch, if you will. And I'm excited to see her again, because she actually did really good as a defender in that
She did great as a defender. She dominated.
I mean, at this point, I think I'm just going to call him King Pick instead of Kingpin because no one's using him.
Yeah, you know what? He's a staple of the draft, but I don't think he's
Wereworm is taking his time.
He's just been picked very often. He is one of those generalists that's always great to have as an option. Maybe not the best option in any situation, but certainly not bad in most.
He's got 3 attackers. He needs to get some defenders, unless he's planning on using like Spider-Ham as a defender.
One of them. Yeah,
and Blatt is having a better draft in my opinion
so far.
Especially with,
he could go with Doom as an attacker or defender.
Like I said before,
he could go with Immortal Abomination as an attacker or defender. I would probably pick both of those, especially with the power control from Doom. But he goes 2099 and Immortal Abomination, and the Wear Room now has the chance to counter with Vision. Or Doom. He definitely needs some defenders on Wear Room side.
We've seen him as an attacker.
Nova, first time
too much here.
Seeing
and those specials are totally
on the board at least.
So you gotta find a creative solution to deal with that.
Yeah, for sure. He does have Doom here, which can be very helpful. Using his aura to avoid that knockdown.
Very true, Dave.
Doom also a great option for getting rid of the super masochism. He is shock immune. He applies a shock. That means he won't take it back, and you get rid of it. He also has the passive stuns, which means that he won't be triggering masochism with the stun from those, and he can still land his heavy attack. Great damage, great power control. Very powerful character, some would say.
And Spider-Gwen.
Only a few people.
Yeah, we'll never forget you, Broccoli.
And now I'm Blatt.
And we see the Spider-Gwen here,
has
too.
a chance to answer Hyperion.
Another one of those pocket picks. We haven't seen a whole lot of
He needs to get some attackers on Blatt's side. I'd go Hyperion and Doom here.
So I'm curious to see if she ends up getting brought out.
Yeah, and we have a MCOC pick here, which I think would actually be really powerful here because he can stop people in their tracks.
That is true. MCOC did do really well yesterday.
I don't think Wereworm has any sort of true accuracy or true strike. Or really any way to deal with auto block, so MCOC could be really powerful here.
MCOC would be really good.
Have to go with a Doom. He's going to be annoying on attack.
He did not do any of those. He went Ghost and Hyperion.
So we were both completely wrong.
And the Wear Room has his final pick here.
Just to share in the experience.
And I would go Vision over those
I feel
two.
Like there's a lot of
Black Widow Clairvoyant just hasn't done well.
Kind of onus on Ghost here. I guess she does have the phasing to deal with the unblockable specials.
But people keep picking her.
So pretty good with that, as long as the specials are short enough. Hyperion, probably a bit more of a comfort pick. He does have the Doom and the Maw to deal with Hyperion.
He does go with Vision. That's the smart pick.
And then, coming in for the last pick for Wereworm, we see the Vision Age of Ultron.
All right, so Blatt has to pick his defender first.
This is looking good.
Could we see Sigil Witch right off the bat?
And saying, I think that's the one.
Or does he go Kingpin to start it off? And I think that's what I would do. Kingpin.
I would love to see Kingpin.
I think Kingpin's the play here.
On defense.
I don't really.
The defensive king.
Am I seeing an answer?
I like the Punisher.
Punisher 2099.
I was thinking maybe Scarlet Witch. He does also have that Weapon X. I don't think that Wereworm has a good answer to it. Maybe the Vision Age of Ultron, but that's going to be a really tough fight. So yeah, curious to see. I feel Doom is actually a pretty good defender here. He's gonna force you to dex with those unblockable specials. Special 2 can be pretty tricky to deal with.
That's what I would pick as well.
And he's just so tanky. So that huge HP pool he has.
And now he has to answer.
Very tough to deal with.
Ebony Maw.
Absolutely.
Oh wait,
I love the.
He just locked it in. Okay. Now he's gonna pick the attacker against Punisher 2099. Maybe you just go Vision here.
I'm very curious to see how he performs
to deal with the heal block.
Yeah, you certainly got to respect
and the power control.
I think that, especially with Spike,
I think Vision's the play here. Let's see if he agrees.
We see the Miles coming in here with the Punisher 2099.
I don't know enough about the new Miles buff to see. We'll have to see.
If the missile work or not, we'll have to find out.
So we got Ebony Maw here, and he's got to pick his attacker.
To see how that shakes out.
Does he go?
It's not really a character we see a lot of.
Immortal Abomination, or does he go with someone else?
Thanks to his buff, I think we're going to see a lot more of that in the future.
He doesn't really have a power control champion, does he? But he does go with Immortal Abomination, like
we see
I
the
predicted.
Immortal Abomination come in for the fight against Ebony Maw. That's a pretty great one. I think
Miles is a champion we have not seen in this mode yet, so it'll be interesting to see that.
And get a heavy attack in to get the longer durations, but also just being able to stay so healthy and heal and just do tons of.
All right, here we go.
But,
Miles versus Punisher 2099.
Yeah, absolutely. I am disappointed in not seeing Kingpin again, going up against Maul. I just really wanted to see that interaction. Getting those heavy knockdowns, man.
There's still
no
time.
Worries.
Punisher 29 is punishing
Still time. So
Miles
we see here
Morales.
getting clipped a couple times. And
he's already up to special 2.
Punisher 2099 is at special 2. Oh, he's quick to get that out of the way. Oh, he gets
just
clipped by the special 2.
Annihilates
Very
him, but
unfortunate there.
he goes invisible and gets some misses.
Man, those
but
specials are gonna be
Wareworm
tough
is
to deal
in
with. Heals
trouble.
a good amount from the adrenaline here.
And he healed
another
up.
Special 2. Let's see what happens
And
here.
it is
he gets clipped
over.
right again. Sheesh. That's a
So
rough
I'm
one.
glad pretty much has this.
Yeah, just not high enough chance on the miss there.
We need to get Kabam to have
unfortunate
Frojo
stuff,
as a
but
third
I really like the
commentator.
pick.
Hey,
maybe,
I wouldn't mind it. First special throne
maybe
doesn't
if he gets
get
a special one or
missed.
something,
Shaking
but
my
I
head.
think that's a tough matchup either way.
And second
Let's
special.
See
Yep.
how our other competitor can bounce back and answer to him. We got
Immortal Abomination versus
the Immortal Abomination. I think he's a
Ebenema.
great pick for this node. He wants to have the poisons on himself, so he's actually using super masochism to his own advantage. Let's see how he can handle this Maw though.
Maul's already healed back
have
up.
The class advantage. It's just going to be a little bit tough for him because he's
Maul's getting the power control, but he got the special 2 and gets destroyed, and it is over. I think Wareworm took it. No, Iron Blab got it.
Fight. You know, Wareworm didn't have a great time in his fight either.
Yeah, he's
barely.
gonna be cutting down to the wire.
600.
Looking at the stats here, though, it does look like Einble will take
Wow.
round 1
I
because
really
his
thought
fight
Wareworm
actually was shorter. So you do get score based off of how long you are in the fight. So the shorter the fight you get, the more points you get in that category.
That doesn't make
and,
sense.
Their HP was so close.
You
that
shouldn't
by
get
actually
more
having a
points when
shorter
you get
fight, Einble
annihilated
takes up
quickly.
The round here. So,
That doesn't make sense.
Great stuff to both players. Kind of
It's-
a weird way to win off
Fight
that one,
duration
but
should
you know what?
only
We'll take
matter
those.
when
Alright,
you
so getting
KO
back
the
into
defender,
the picks here.
not when
Let's see
you
what
get
Wareworm
destroyed
will
by the
take in for
defender.
the second round. I'm feeling the spider ham here. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like that's a tricky one, and I don't know if Bleh has a great answer to it. But Doom also on the table.
That he got robbed. He got robbed.
Just in case.
In my opinion, he got robbed.
Hyperion pick there.
And goes with the Spider-Gwen. I can respect it. I feel like Ghost can deal with her. She does have that anti-evade.
Weapon X. Let's see Weapon X or Kingpin right here.
That's really his only option. So we'll see if he brings out the Ghost and can deal with that. And
Yep.
I'm curious to see. I feel like Weapon X or Scarlet Witch are the picks here.
Weapon X for sure.
Yeah. He can maybe deal with the Weapon X.
He
Goes
went
with the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah,
I
Sigil
think it's a
Witch
great pick as well.
picked
I think
again. He
she's,
picked him in the
very
first round
powerful.
against
If you let
Happy
her get to that
Muffins,
special 2,
but
it's going to be really
he's
tough to deal
answering with
Vision,
her
good
lover,
counter here. He
Vision.
will be able to ignore most of
That's
her debuffs.
crazy, says Ricky Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's going to be a great showing here, and the power control. Let's see if he has the will and the ability to keep her locked in the corner.
Yeah, we've already seen an amazing showing of Vision by Happy. Let's see if these guys can come back and get one quite as amazing as his. And yeah, picking into Spider-Gwen.
I feel like
you gotta go
Bleh
Ghost
got
here.
rewarded
Maybe
for
you can
just
use
dying
Doom and just try to play
fast.
slow, play around those heavy attacks.
When
But,
Wareworm did more damage,
I'm really thinking
lasted
Ghost is the pick
longer.
here.
I feel like when you die,
finally.
fight duration
All right, well,
of
he does
time
have class
survived
advantage, and
should
he
be
can use
should be
that heavy
certain
attack
points,
to,
and then if you KO
try
the
and ignore
defender,
her evade,
then
and her specials are very
time
easy to
duration
detect, even if
for
they're
how fast
unblockable,
you
so
finish
it's
the
super
fight
winnable matchup.
should go the other way. There should
Yep,
be two
absolutely.
different
Okay, so let's get this
time
started here.
remaining
Werewolf
point
is up against
rules
Einblade
and
with that,
thresholds
Scarlet
depending
Witch.
on what
Let's see if we can
happens.
Get her off into the corner here.
Yeah.
Oh, great intercept right there.
This Scarlet Witch is no joke, especially considering
He's gonna
that
have the
she is
power
such
controller
a,
here. She's still gonna have
kind
a
of
special one
unpopular
though.
Pick. Still a very new character.
He's gonna
to the
get another
contest. A lot of people
special.
that haven't been able to get their hands
He's
on
got
her
her
yet,
under
and,
special one now.
Doing a
He's
great job
doing
of
very
keeping
good
her
here.
under control
He got
and
robbed in
keeping that
round
power
one.
down.
Can he recover
Absolutely.
here?
And he's trying
He's
not to
gonna
push
need to
her
get
off
another
to that
special
SB2.
one, and he did.
gets
He
that,
did, but
power
he
steal
gets
and the
hit
power
there.
burn.
Nice intercept there. Yeah.
Vision
just gets
battling
clipped, but
back,
he
gets the
does
special
get
one off
the
again, which
recovery.
brings her back
Great
under
stuff.
special
Gotta
one,
be
but she gets
careful
power
with
flood,
Ooh, gets rid of the
and he
dex
gets
right
it
away.
back
Really
down.
great play so
Good
far
job.
from,
He's
Werewolf
doing
here.
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Needs to hold her
the
and
just
bait.
seems to be playing right into his
And
hand, like he has
he's
mastery over
wow.
exactly how
He's getting very lucky here, but she still has power 1. But he has special 1 again. He can get it
really
off.
great stuff
He
so
doesn't
far.
go in for it there. He waited.
Interested to see if Scarlet Witch is even able to throw a special attack this fight. We've seen it
She's
before
had a
with
chance
Vision,
to throw a
and hopefully we'll be able to see it
special attack,
again
but he's
here.
going for special 1
Yeah,
and
great
almost
stuff.
built up to another one.
He's intercepting like a beast, and he's keeping her power
Oh,
under
and he gets
control.
stunned.
Oh, no.
Into the special.
Ooh, that's a lot of
He has
damage.
a special 2 though.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna have to use that SP2 to try to get back some of his health, and she's just not giving him those ins. But looks like he was able to recover some of that
Fight
health,
back
so
in a
that
little
is
bit here.
Very, very good.
He needs to hold on to the special
intercept.
attack.
Yeah, that was a great recovery right there.
And gets punished
Catches
going
him on
in
the
after that.
intercept.
Wow, it looks like he got a little bit of confidence having that unblockable buff and just jumped in and picked him apart.
Yeah, unfortunate end there, but yeah, really great start of the fight there, and I thought he had a great showing with the vision, so hopefully that's enough for him to take this round.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's get on to the next fight.
Blay has to respond with
here he
this.
is.
He
Your
has
man,
the easily
Kingpin,
matchup
king of the belly
here.
bumps. What do you
Kingpin
think?
versus
Yes, I'm waiting for it,
Spider-Gwen.
man. I'm hoping he takes
Spider-Gwen
advantage
is
of
way
those,
more
those belly
squishy.
bumps, but he's going to have to get her over to the corner first to really take advantage
And
of
she's
that.
backing up for
has
him.
A little bit of mashing going
So,
on there.
might
and
get
it
her
played
backed
out,
up.
in his favor because she didn't counterattack there.
Yeah, he's almost at that rage though. You know what? He could even just go for the unstoppable on the special 2 and largely just ignore her. You know, not hit
Yeah, but
reacting
wouldn't the
and
super
being pretty safe.
masochism?
Ooh, gets the unblockable special 1 there.
Yes.
Gets the dot on.
The
That's some
degen
big
is-
damage. He's just got to be careful of the special 3.
Special 3 gets in
Unfortunately,
here.
that overpower is a buff. That means more power for Spider-Gwen.
But Spider-Gwen
you know what?
is
Having
a little
class
bit
advantage
weaker,
in how
and
tanky this Kingpin
Kingpin is
he's gonna
super
be able to
tanky and
heal back
heavy.
with willpower.
He's got a ton
gonna
of
be able to heal
HP.
back with adrenaline. Oh, he's saving the special attack here.
Waited a little bit too
nice.
long to
Unblockable,
counter that heavy
unstoppable,
attack,
but the beam gets
great
in.
recovery.
He's getting it, and now he's going to have to pay some close attention here.
He's getting the damage in now, and he gets away from the
Nice,
special
good recovery again.
Spider-Gwen
just gotta watch out for
evades.
this Spider-Gwen here.
again and again,
Ooh,
and then
lands
gets
the parry.
stunned
Good
off of the
dodge on
parry
heavy,
from
though. He's making
super.
a comeback. Just gotta watch out for these evades. Oh, he's got the buff.
He needs to
throw
get
the
this
special
throw.
2.
He got it
my
off just
goodness.
barely.
Throw, I
looks
love
like
it.
She had a green bar at the end of it. That was as close as it could possibly be.
And he needs her to
Alright,
do it
she's
again, and he
flying through
does.
those
He gets
specials
it.
Again. Already back at a special 2. Already back at a special 1 again.
Man, he is getting
Okay,
punished
this is a really
on
close
the
fight.
attack end.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
But I
he's showing
think
his skill
Blair
here and his
already
adaptation.
has it
Oh,
from
no.
damage on the
Oh,
opponent,
my
Oh,
unless
she didn't go for the full hit. Okay, can you?
you just got to do
no.
enough damage, but it's
Nice
over
try on the
here.
comeback
But I
there,
think
but,
I'm
yeah,
glad
really
just
great
got the
fight.
sweep.
That's a tricky one.
But
She's
I
gonna
feel
evade
like
crazy.
Wareham got
She's gonna
robbed
dodge
in
her
the
special one,
first
even if
fight
it's
of this.
unblockable.
Like,
And,
honestly, like,
yeah, great showing there, and looks like I'm
I
Blood
feel like
will
he
be
was
the winner
rewarded
of
for
Series 2.
just dying
Yeah,
in the
and
first
we got
fight.
ourselves
So
another sweep here, so
I'm
that
not
is
happy
super,
with the
super impressive.
result
I'm happy I
of
got
this.
to see Kingpin at least.
I feel like there should be another round here.
Great
I feel like
showing,
I'm
great
glad
series.
just
Yeah,
got
the Americas
rewarded
are looking
for
real
dying.
clean so far with the amount of sweeping going on. So let's see if they continue the tradition and
So
keep
Happy
the area around here
McMuffins
clean. And,
versus Wareham now.
Yeah, let's get into
Hopefully,
Happy McMuffins versus
Happy
Werewolf.
McMuffins
All
sweeps
right,
him,
we are down
and there's
to Happy
an
McMuffins
undisputed
and
winner
Werewolf.
here.
So we're gonna
if I
see
was Wareham,
just how
I
these
would
picks and
ban
bans go.
Vision.
Like, what are you thinking here?
I would ban
there
him
goes
as
the
an
mojo, never
offensive
mind.
ban.
You gotta get rid of the mojo. It's you know, it's just procedure around these parts. You can't leave them up for too long. If you hit
We're
that
seeing Human
40-second
Torch
timer and mojo isn't
being
something's
banned.
gone
We haven't
horribly
even really seen a Human Torch
the-
used, and when he
I
has
think we
been
should just call
used,
him Nojo.
he's died. He's not.
Yeah, no shot.
He's
He's
not
gonna
done
be
well.
in the game. Pressure's
So,
on Werewolf.
I don't think I would ban Human Torch. I would.
Fashion if he wants to continue competing for it.
I would ban.
If Happy takes this in any fashion whatsoever, 2-0 or 2-1, he will be crowned the winner of NA. So lots of pressure on here, and Happy's draft so far looking good. I like the Human Torch ban again.
So that was
I feel like
Happy
that's
McMuffins
much more
bans.
of a ban to
We're
get
fixing
rid
to
of him
see
as
Wereroom's bans now, and I would want to ban Vision, and he goes Hercules, Bishop, and Mojo.
Poison, so another great ban there as well.
So he gets to pick his attacker. I would pick Void or Apocalypse here.
Strategy last
Keep Clairvoyant out of this. She's not done good at all. She's been destroyed every time she's been used.
Starting off that snake draft, we have a Wereworm with his first choice.
I think Human Torch is a weak ban at this point. We have not seen him do well. And here we are, Vision being picked. And I'd go Ebony Maw here as well, or Mephisto.
Being able to deal with that power.
He goes Void. So he's got 2 attackers already off the bat. He's got plenty of time to get some defenders.
He's a powerful defender. Speaking of which,
Wereroom now can answer with Ebony Maw and Mangog if he wants. Do not go Miles Morales. It did not turn out well. The RNG was not in your favor. Do not do it again, Wereroom. You should learn from your mistakes. Hopefully. Punisher 29 could be used.
I'm hoping to see another showing of
for the power
that's
control.
Probably the most gangster-looking finish I've ever seen in any one of these matches.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Ebony Maw is obviously a fearsome defender. Some people say we need to update him again, but I think that Summoner Showdown disagrees this year. Seems like he has been quite the powerful pick in the Americas qualifiers here so far.
Oh, for sure. I've seen quite a
and he goes Maul and Miles again. Did not learn from his mistake. There's a juggernaut on the board, ladies and gentlemen.
Again, but
are we gonna see a juggernaut? Nope. We went Doom and
Spider-Ham. I feel like
Spider-Gwen.
on this node combination, he's gonna clip you with that special too. It does a ton of damage, and he's just gonna blow you right up.
With the unblockable specials,
he's ready to go.
It's tough.
He's picking those characters right off the bat.
Oh yeah, and one thing about that Spider-Ham
is back on the board. Luke Cage is another character we haven't seen yet.
But then a lot of people don't think about his.
He needs some defenders here
going off.
I would go Spider-Ham because you can use him either way.
Forces you to stop and think about when you use your specials.
Yeah, for sure. I'm loving the Doom pickup here. He's an insanely powerful character. If you see him on the list and you don't pick him up, just seeing him in the opponent's roster is an immediate threat that you have.
It's an immediate threat. I agree with that, John.
All of these picks here are great for Wereworm. I'd have a tough time picking 2 out of the 5 here. I'd say Claire, again, a little bit of bias. I love Spider-Ham, would love to see him.
I'd go Spider-Ham and Sasquatch, in my opinion.
And Luke Cage are all amazingly powerful characters.
Oh yeah, and this is also one of the strategies that we're starting to see here is I almost feel like we're seeing some fake out picks to get people to start choosing champions that they wouldn't normally choose just so that you can come back and
Mangog.
Yeah.
So
goes with the Claire and the
Happy McMuffins probably could answer with Mysterio. We've seen Mysterio do well every time he's been played and been picked. Then you have
defender, as we saw already.
Domino as another possible defender.
So maybe we'll see that matchup again.
So maybe you see Mysterio.
We've seen the Domino
and
before.
Domino.
Really
yeah. Oh, he went Sorcerer Supreme again.
Sorcerer Supreme as well. So curious.
We haven't seen Sorcerer Supreme make it into the playing field though.
Yes, absolutely.
Airwalker is on the board
here. We haven't seen any CGR here.
I want to see Apocalypse.
We do have a Luke Cage here as well.
Sasquatch here.
Yeah, Luke Cage is a good one.
I want to see Apocalypse and Sasquatch.
In a match kind of this tough with so many things already going on.
This is last 2
really
picks.
Hard to pull out the full loop of CGR.
Does McMuffins have another pick? I think he does. He's got one more pick. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. He's got one more pick after this.
I'm leaning towards probably maybe
Luke Cage would be an interesting pick, says Neil.
So valuable on both a clear S tier defender and attacker, especially when there's masochism involved, where he can totally ignore that node. And Sasquatch, again, totally viable attacker if you need him. Also an amazing defender, especially when there's all that extra power coming in.
I absolutely agree. And good point on the Cosmic Ghost Rider. Those buffs would be
and
very,
we have
very
Weapon
nasty
X Wolverine and Vision in here again.
So,
I think
that is X'd off.
Yeah, so it looks like he goes with the Luke Cage and the Airwalker here. It looks like he was a little low on time. Curious, I feel like the Airwalker is a little bit of a weaker pick. He certainly can trip you up, but he does have Doom, so you got to feel that maybe he ran out of time on that one.
McMuffins is looking at his opponent's deck and is trying to decide the best defender or attacker that he could use, and he went Sasquatch.
Both very powerful characters.
We're seeing a lot of Mystics being used.
In air?
Which one? the
Airwalker.
Yeah,
Airwalker.
Horrible joke. Horrible joke.
Yeah.
We are moving on.
He did pick Airwalker.
These things happen. So picking defender.
Ebony
here,
Maw, defender from Wareham. McMuffins is picking his defender.
Void can definitely handle the Maw as long as you can get in there. You can land your heavy attacks. Which,
And I think you go Sasquatch.
A lot of great defenders here for Happy. Domino, Sasquatch.
Domino, I don't know if he has an answer for
Spider-Gwen.
Domino though.
Like most of his roster is viable defenders here. You can see him; he's really taking his time and thinking about what the opponent has to offer. And
there we go, Happy McMuffins, the Houston boys. Minds are synced. I'm telling you.
I really like Happy's choices here, man. It's very, very diverse, and you can tell he really thought about
yes, he
how
is.
he wanted
Happy
to spread that
is
out, and trip up his opponent. Let's see if that actually plays
using
out.
his brain.
Yeah, and there it is, the Void into the Maw. Amazing matchup for
Void into the Maw.
Really
I like that word.
Happy
Those
has
words
had some
just
amazing
together. They
planning
just
coming into
sound
this
great.
series and
Void
semifinals,
into
and
the Maw.
He's really got a good structure. We've seen similar bans from him every time, and he seems to just be.
Now, who does he pick to go against
almost in his
Domino?
comfort place where he knows what's going on with this pick and ban, and it's going to take a lot to make a guy
Happy McMuffins is showing his experience here today from last year. The draft that he has is just so strong.
I guess you can.
I'm thinking we're gonna might see a sweep here, possibly.
I don't think
he's got the better option into the attacker, in my opinion. So both of them are using Void on attack.
Hopefully he can get a couple of those debuffs onto Domino,
there we go.
And then just kind of play safe and wait out the rest of the fight.
I think McMuffins has on paper the advantage here. We'll see. The Maw is no joke, and he's hard to deal with. If he has the Despair Mastery on, I think he can handle this. And I think he does. I mean, he's a smart player. He knows what he's doing. He's showing it all day here.
It looks like Happy
He's already got power flood here,
swinging.
and he gets hit by this special, and this special is damaging, and the degen is insane.
Timing was a little
But
bit luckier here than the previous time we saw that one
he
happen.
has a chance to stay in it here, but the special 2 is coming, and it's going to be a quick KO here. But hey, fight duration is good.
There.
You know, so the fight's over, so that's good, guys. Apparently, I don't know. That makes no sense to me. We saw that in the last fight with Wareham versus I'm Blad. I'm Blad died like super fast, barely did any damage, but won.
That special 2 is very, very powerful, and I think
the fight was over like that, which makes no sense.
Yeah,
for him to be rewarded for dying.
On Ma. I'd love to hear what
the other guy, I'm pretty sure, did more damage. I'm gonna have to watch that back. Pretty upset about that still. It makes no sense.
All right, so
Void
matchup here is going to be really
fighting Domino, and Domino punishes straight in, but you don't want to finish him too quickly because you might give him more points.
Just was very unlucky with
so you want him to fight for a little while. If Domino gets special 3, but it's special 2.
Right now.
It is an easy one to dex away.
For the special 1, he does. Okay, doesn't fail. Nice, he's getting more debuffs. He's slowly getting that damage ramping now. Okay, he's
this is good.
Closer.
This is good for McMuffins. The fight has gone on for a good 30 seconds now. Now Domino can just finish.
Yep. And I'm hoping he doesn't catch any of that critical failure here.
But
yeah, no kidding.
Void he's doing well with Void. But he has no power here. And Domino's coming in. If Domino gets to a special 3, he's going to be in trouble. He's trying to bait out the special 2, but it's not happening. Domino is being stubborn and hanging on to it. She does go for it here, but he's got him up against the wall. He's going to club him. The bleed damage is coming in.
Bleed is looking gross.
Oh my god.
It's going to tick, but he survives. No, he dies.
That was really close.
I think McMuffins takes it. He does.
Stats to see who came out on that one. Really
close. Though.
Both of them getting down to 0.3% defender difference on their HP, but it does look like
the fight duration
just squeaks out the win. So
that for Happy McMuffins gave him a significant advantage because he died so fast and did about the same amount of damage as
Happy picking his defender first. He's really got a plethora of champions he can pick from at this point. Sasquatch is an amazing defender. Doom is a top-tier defender.
Sasquatch coming in.
Spider-Gwen, not really a good answer.
He's going for the sweep. He's not giving him the chance. Warehram's going to answer with Mangog, most likely.
But yeah,
that's his only really choice. And then McMuffins is going to respond with a Vision attacker once again and probably take this.
Maybe the Mangog, man.
Yeah, it's
the
gotta be the
Mangog. Looks like it's up next. Yep.
It's time for the Mango to go.
It's buffering.
I don't know who else you pick here as a defender. It's Mango is the clear superior one, and yeah, he goes with it. So
might need to just refresh your browser. I don't have any drop frames or nothing on my end.
I believe the first time he had the original Vision. This time he's got Age of Ultron. A little bit tougher to deal with that matchup, but obviously he showed a master class in how to deal with it. Yeah,
well, I'm excited to see it again.
Yeah, for sure. It's
so we got Sasquatch. He's got to pick a pick here. I don't think he has an answer.
Player either, so he's definitely ready to step up at the plate. And curious what Werewolf will bring here. Ooh, the Luke Cage.
Luke Cage.
Yeah, you know what? I like that. He can get those exhaustions in.
I think McMuffins again on paper has the advantage here. He's got Vision. He showed us how good he is as a Vision player against the first opponent. So I think he's going to be able to do this easily if he can control the power. But he gets punished right off the bat. But it's okay.
Yeah,
it's just the first hit.
Mangog
got the special one, but Vision is going to get his special off and drain him.
And let's see if he can.
And here he goes with the intercept right there.
For sure, he's
getting the spacing there. He got the light attack. Mangog just stood in his face, staring him down.
He's getting in control here, one combo away from another.
And McMuffins is staying in this. There he goes. Power controlling him. This is what he needs to do.
Keep him locked down the whole time. One slip.
He's doing it well right now.
Massive special 2 in your face.
Vision is showing why he should be banned.
The cool thing
I called it.
Is his
when you're facing Happy McMuffins, you ban Vision. You ban Vision if you see it in your person's deck against these nodes. Vision has been the key attacker on anyone that has done well. It's been Vision every single time.
Stacks in all of those heavies. He's getting these intercepts. Ooh, he gets clipped there, probably looking for the stand-up intercept, but still in great control of this fight and doing a great job. Hopefully he can close this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like he's right back in his comfort zone. Doesn't look like anything's phasing him at all. He's just picking this up, stand-up intercept.
He's got this. He's locked in. He's going to get the special 2 off most likely.
Really
no, he gets punished there.
Back and watch it.
Yeah, he needs to get back in there, bait out the heavy attack. Yes, he does. And special 2, there we go.
Back in control of the
back to another special 2 if he wants, or he can throw a special 1 and keep it, but he doesn't. He goes to special 2, drains him almost to another special 1. He's almost down to a minute here. I'm pretty sure if he plays this well, he'll finish out with a KO. He got the little light attack in for the spacing.
And that was a little bit of some passiveness going on there. Was the AI taunting him?
Yeah, Mangog is.
Mangog has been taunting in this fight, but Happy McMuffins is having none of it. He is punishing Mangog. He's got him backed into the corner and power draining him every chance he gets. He's fixing to do it again after this combo.
Should have this fight under control.
With no mistakes here, he will get the KO, and McMuffins is going to be rewarded with it, in my opinion. I don't think Wareham is going to be able to get the KO any faster. But Vision, oh no, he got, oh no, with the 1%, he takes the fall. You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Dude, yes, man. With that, that would be awful.
Okay.
He nearly had the KO.
Let's see how Werewolf can answer back. All right, so we got the Luke Cage going in against Sasquatch. By no means an easy matchup here, but I do like the chances he has with Luke Cage. I think this is a good matchup for Luke Cage, especially since he has the class advantage. Just going to be a really long fight, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to find out soon here how this exhaustion works with Despair, if he absolutely does have it. All right, we've got 4 Despair, and we are seeing that that healing come down quite a bit. We were at about 200, now we're down to 111 with 4.
It gets hit off of the special.
Let's see how that plays out.
Luke Cage is surprisingly doing pretty well.
the dex on his on the Sasquatch special 1.
Sasquatch gets to a special 3, and it's going to be pretty huge.
Normally with Luke Cage, you want to be cycling to special
Luke Cage is doing good. He doesn't have a power control option. That's the problem here. Is if Sasquatch gets the power flood
when he lands those crits.
But the exhaustion, I think, is keeping it down. He's got 10 exhaustion. Nope, power flood right there. But he's got despair. He's got despair mastery, so he's able to control it.
8,000 damage.
So that is huge. Having the despair mastery on, but he lost it. He lost the debuffs. He's got power flood, but he threw a special.
And he gets it.
So Luke Cage is doing his thing here, staying in this. He's got to get these exhaustion, just like he's saying, but he's getting the power flood. He's got to. Oh, he got the special too. He's not.
This is getting close. Okay.
The AI is not holding on to it like they were yesterday.
The only problem now is
can he bait out another special 2? He does. Wereroom is staying in this. He's getting another special 3. This is huge. Wereroom is showing why he's in the finals, and he is a contender. He lost in a sweep, but he's staying alive against Happy McMuffins here.
He's got the exhaustions, so maybe he actually
Sasquatch cannot hold on to his specials. He is just taking the bait. Luke Cage is throwing the hands, but he's indestructible. He's not taking any damage there. Saves Wereroom once again.
I don't know if you guys catch that, but it looks like he actually has the stand your ground mastery, and he just blocked a heavy attack with it. Super lucky stuff there. I think that
power flood back on again, but the despair mastery is controlling the power a little bit. Luke Cage has a special 3, but he doesn't want to throw it because it'll give Sasquatch a special 3, but he goes in anyway. He goes into a special 3 here, but Sasquatch is going to do some crazy damage here.
Special 3 before the timer runs out.
Is this going to be a timeout? 20 seconds.
Oh, no.
No indestructible here. Sasquatch is going to punish.
He should be able to survive through this one, but I'm pretty sure before this I saw the timer is at 1 second.
No, it was at 20 something.
Let's see what we got.
Wrath of Tanner. Oh, it was at 1 second. Wow.
Wow, two really close matches here.
Happy McMuffins takes 2 sweeps. He moves on to the finals. Happy McMuffins, the Houston boy, takes it.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like, and that's a big congratulations.
We saw a lot more KOs today too. Defenders KOing the players, but today we saw much better play from the players on the defenders.
Us clean and calm and collected because
Happy McMuffins moving on to the finals once again. I'm happy.
McMuffins on winning the semifinals for the Americas.
I'm proud.
Well, that was absolutely amazing. I mean, that was a nail biter all the way through, but you know what?
I thought Luke Cage was going to be able to do it, but he just, in the end, he just wasn't able to do enough damage.
2-series sweep in this semifinal.
But it was very surprising to see the despair mastery, the indestructibles, even the stand your ground coming in with the mastery setup was huge.
And I can't wait to see more.
I do agree with you that we had an excellent showing
Neil's
from
suggesting that players should get some points for surviving the fight.
Right now, and that is I'm Blick. Dude, super congratulations for making it this far. You had one heck of a showing.
Yeah, I loved it all the way through. It was very fun.
He's disappointed, you can tell.
Yeah, I just got to ask you,
he's trying to stay as positive and happy as he can.
How did you enjoy it?
I really like the strategic aspect behind it, being able to choose your champions and see who you're going to have for your attackers and defenders. It really enables for a very smart matchup and seeing how people do with their fighting skills.
Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And on that note, seeing that you are such a skilled player, we've been asking all of our players this same question. How does taking your skill in the game, knowing what you know through Alliance War and Alliance Quest and things like that, but now adding in this extra feature where some of the control isn't always yours and some of the rugs are getting pulled up from under you, how do you adapt to that and how do you feel when you play?
I definitely feel like it has more of an Alliance War aspect to it. It's very much kind of a sense of going in with what you got, making the best of what champions are given to you. makes for a very fun experience. I love it a lot.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well,
no
as we touched on
enthusiasm,
the
but
game
he's
mode,
saying
you
that he
do
loves
get
it
to,
a lot.
Pick a limited number of
He
champions.
might just be
You get to pick
disappointed that
30
he
champions
lost.
here. Just walk me through a little bit what
And
your
that might
plan
be
was
some of
going
what
in
we're
with your
seeing
deck
here.
in the semifinals.
So when I was planning out my deck, I was looking more because the nodes were unblockable with the Supermasochism. I was looking for a lot of defenders that had unavoidable special attacks, so no way of avoiding the damage whatsoever. A lot of champions looking between that would fit both categories for attackers and defenders, but definitely looking for those annoying defenders.
I gotta ask, what was maybe your favorite fight or favorite moment through all of these?
Favorite fight probably has to go to the fight between. I gotta go Kingpin versus Gwenpool or Spider-Gwen. It was definitely a fun fight. She was working with me a lot there, but it's just fun to.
That was probably his
Kingpin.
best
I don't have
fight,
him on
also.
my main account,
Oh man!
so it was fun to use the power of Kingpin and how strong.
Oh,
he
so
was.
the inexperience
Now,
of
do you have
not
any
using
messages
Kingpin.
for the winner of
That might have been
our
why
semifinals
we didn't
happy
see him
about
as
this?
much.
I
So they're
congratulated
using
him a lot. I
some
was
other
going into
accounts. They're
this
not
when I
using
saw
their own
his name
accounts
for
in
the
this
winner,
mode. So they
in
have.
qualifying.
It sounds
I
like
was
they all
already
have a
intimidated by
balanced
that.
playing
He's got
field.
a lot going for
Because
him.
I've
I saw his
noticed all the
gameplay last
characters
year.
are all the
He's a
same
great
rank
fighter.
and level, and
Wishing him
probably all
the
six
best for
200.
him going on.
Nice, yeah.
I was
Obviously, a
wondering
fierce
that, and I'm
competitor,
glad
barely
I'm
missed out on
glad
last year's finals.
said that just now.
So, yeah, glad to hear that you're supporting him too. I would be quaking in my boots if I had to go up against him. I'll be honest with you.
Which is the only time you ever hear him say something positive about Quake.
It's true.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out and talking with us about your experience in the Summoner Showdown. You did absolutely fantastic, and we were happy to have you.
Thank you very much.
Well, we are with our next interviewee here, Wereworm in the house, who had an absolutely amazing showing. And I'm saying amazing for everyone because
He got
it's really
swept
hard to
both
quantify
times,
which
but he
one was
got
more
robbed in
amazing-er,
round 2.
But we are here
against
nonetheless.
Ambla.
And so, Wereworm, how do you feel about your performance?
I thought I did all right. I wasn't super happy with my final performance, but it was very.
You
difficult
did better
because
in your final
sometimes you just
performance
don't
than you
pick the
did against
items to do.
Ambla.
I thought the Luke Cage fight was my best fight probably.
It was. It definitely was.
Luke Cage is really good for stuff like that because you can reverse.
He
the
just
power
didn't.
gain
He
when
just
you get
didn't have enough damage.
His debuffs on them, and
Or maybe
I
he
had
just wasn't
max
aggressive
despair,
enough.
so I was
I
hoping
don't.
could,
I think he played
get
it
rid of
as
Sasquatch
best that he
regen
could,
at the end
though.
there, but he was just a little bit slow, which was unfortunate. So but I thought it was a good fight overall. It just was a little slow.
Now, what did you feel about, or how did you feel about this new format for Summoner Showdown this year?
This format is awesome. I thought everything about it was great.
More enthusiasm.
I don't have
even though
any
he got
negative,
swept both times.
and negative comments on the entire format. The only comment I would have is on the nodes, but it's just tricky nodes. Usually you'd take like a magic.
So he's
to that or
calling out the
something like that,
nodes.
but, with
There's
her not
no
being
magic as a 6-star.
It was just one of those things that kind of had to.
I
make
agree.
do with what you
If
have.
Magic
But the
was a
mode itself is
6-star,
really good.
she would
Nice.
shine
Glad to
in
hear
this
you
as an
enjoyed
attacker
it.
or a
We've certainly
defender.
loved playing it. Me and Kabam Zen have certainly gone on a lot of bouts in this game mode and are loving it, and glad that you guys get to enjoy it as well.
I can't wait for
on that
us
topic, though, I was
as
curious,
the rest
what
of
do you
the
think
community
is kind
get
of
to
the
play this
stronger
as
way to
well.
play around? Do you think it's better to just try and
Much better showdown
do
than
with
day
whatever your
2.
defender is, or
I
to
think
deal with
day
the
1
nodes?
was still
Sometimes
the
you
best
can't really hit
showing.
both of those, so I'm curious which one you felt was more punishing.
I was a little disappointed in round 2 with Wereworm and I'm glad with that.
There's not really a defender in this game that
With that just quick
impossible to
death,
fight
and he got rewarded for it. I was
4 or 5 different
I was
counters,
not happy with that.
the nodes are
That's
really
something they need to
limiting
consider
what you can do to counter
and
it, I think
change
that was
in the
made
points.
These fights
in the
the
points.
most difficult.
Now, if there was one thing that you can change about this whole matchup, what would that have been?
I just said it. Because you got robbed.
I would have put more points in the XP boost. I threw one in there just because I knew XP was so important, but I guess I needed more.
I didn't even consider
he's
that.
being funny?
That's I totally didn't even cross my mind. You again, first the miles pick, now the XP boost. You're hitting us from all fronts here.
Try
Wow.
my best.
They burned him.
Well, that's fantastic. Well, Wereworm, thank you so much for taking some time to sit and talk with us about your experience in the Summoner Showdown. We all had a blast watching you, and we wish you luck, and maybe we'll see you next year.
Thank you. It was fun. It was so much fun.
All right, now, coming up next, we have our finalist ready to go. Happy McMuffins is waiting for us to talk to him. Well, here we are with our finalists, and man, you were
Happy McMuffins
in this series.
The America champion once again. He won it last year. He's going back to the finals this year.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
I'm pumped.
A lot of fun.
I think he is going to have a chance.
Redeem my loss from last year and get back into the finals and
against FinTech.
This time.
Yeah, man, I'm super excited to see you in the finals, coming back with vengeance. I feel like absolutely just showing a monstrous performance.
He
today.
is doing great.
I gotta ask you, we saw the Division versus Man God matchup twice, and
Ban Vision. If you are an opponent of Happy McMuffins, I'm giving you a tip.
You gotta talk
ban Vision. All of you guys, ban Vision. He is a clutch
1% left.
Attacker in this mode.
But yeah,
quit banning
really
Cupid Torch and ban Vision.
You know, the whole goal is to not let them do any specials because they're unblockable.
We had the opportunity to see Penny Parker today, and we didn't see her get pulled by the RNG of the Bulls. From what I saw, I never saw her available to be
really
picked.
Great drafts.
Maybe one time, and then she didn't get picked, and she never came back.
And yeah, I was liking all of them. Walk me through a little bit what
Happy
you think of this
McMuffins had the best draft
I think
out of
really
everybody.
Cool.
Period.
Compared to last year, I like choosing the
defenders he has experience
with the attacker, so you have like some chance of having a decent matchup. Last year there was a few silly ones in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like it.
Now, does this change up your play style at all? Having so much skill, and we ask everybody this, using your backdraft intercepts, using all your tools.
Dave is buffering. Look at Dave.
How does it change the way that you play? Having a few of those items kind of like
his face is, but his words aren't.
With, either random picks
his cam is
not having
stuttering.
Perfect counter to
everybody else is fine. I'm fine. McMuffins is fine. John's fine.
How does that change the way you play and the way that you approach the game?
Oh, it makes it pretty tough because for this round, with the unblockable specials and the spite, I really tried to load up my my deck with a lot of power control champions that will be able to stop them from throwing specials if I got a matchup like let's say a Punisher 2099 or something like that. I didn't want to be taking those specials, so I really needed to make sure that I can get those champions that can lock down that power.
Yeah, and I think me and Dave can both agree on this, and the score kind of speaks for itself. You did an awesome job of dealing with that. I love seeing the meta evolving here. It seemed like Mangog was a pretty popular pick. I'm curious if there's any kind of other picks you would have liked to have tried out or seen, or maybe something in your deck you weren't able to pull out.
Yeah, I had Spider-Gwen in there, just in case there was a certain matchup that had Unstoppable, and of course she can evade those unblockable specials, so that would have been pretty cool to see. But there's always that for next round.
All right. Now, in this whole series, did you have a favorite moment or a favorite fight?
I'd say the first Mangog fight, because that one went pretty smoothly. The second one didn't work out as well as I'd hoped. But
that 1%.
Yeah, I'd say that first Mangog fight.
Yeah, nice. I have to agree. That was
Very nice.
Amazing fight. One more question I've got for you. I'm curious, how do you feel about masteries? This is actually compared to last year. I feel like nobody's using Liquid Courage and Double Edge anymore for these.
Not in this mode.
I'm curious what your take on, or what's your take on kind of the meta of the masteries this time around.
Well, this time around, it's the defenders are based on the masteries that you set on offense. So if you placed with those suicides, it would make the fight way easier to fight against. So I don't think they were the right move to go with this time around. I ended up doing a few few different choices. I think I had collar tech to help with the power with those visions to be able to control the power even more. And yeah, I think that helped me out.
Nice, yeah. Shoutouts to last year.
That's right. I love that collar tech, dude. Yeah, for sure.
Pulling out the Punisher 2099 with collar tech last year. I remember it well. Love to see that you're bringing it back and obviously doing very well with it.
Yeah, it's a really underrated mastery.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, one final question from me as well. Do you think you are going to take the trophy home this year?
I hope so.
I hope he does too.
I was pretty disappointed that last year I lost by one hit. I threw that special into that Vision Arcus block, and I gotta make sure to not make a mistake like that again.
Yeah, I think he will. I think he'll recover from last year and win it this year.
You in it, man.
Fintech is going to be a tough opponent.
Absolutely. And you all.
It's going to be a great head-to-head matchup to see. I think both Fintech and Happy McMuffins will beat the Asia and Oceania guy, Yardos. No disrespect, but I just feel like these two guys are way better. We've seen KOs from them.
Well, thanks for taking some time to talk
on
to
the
us
defenders.
Today, Happy McMuffins. You should be absolutely proud because you had one of the greatest showings out of all of the Americas, showing that you are the top dog. Now, John, what did you think of that absolute madness?
Yeah, I thought Happy was fantastic. All of our competitors did a really great job in the semifinals, and I can't wait to see Happy come back with a vengeance in these finals.
Oh yeah, me too. And speaking of which, make sure that you click subscribe, like, comment, and share, and all of that good stuff, because there is definitely more Summoner Showdown 2021. Now, remember, stay dorky, and we'll catch y'all in the battle realm.
All right, guys, just real quick to end the stream, thank you guys for everybody coming out. First, I want to give a thank you to everybody that was in the chat. Ricky Lee, Neil, Big Blue. And do we have anybody else chatting? I know there was more people here. Jared Spears, Demondre, Moon Knight. I know there were some other people here watching the stream that didn't chat, but thank you guys so much. Big Blue says he's sharing it with his mama. We will be live again tomorrow to do the finals. We're going to see Fintech versus Yardos and Happy McMuffins, of course. My pick still is Happy McMuffins. I think it's going to be close between him and Fintech, but hopefully Big Blue can... Not Big Blue. Big Blue's my viewer. Happy McMuffins takes it home. Big Blue, you can take it home too, man. You can take it home too. You took it home against me. So, guys, that's going to end the stream. I will see you guys live tomorrow, same time. Everybody, see you then. Peace out.